Hey Lionhearts! Happy Saturday. It's a Saturday morning. Gayon, one of my main partners in purpose, came over today and she was like, you know what? Why don't we record our 30 for 30? So, just some quick background. She's turning 30 in 3 days. I know, it just hit you. It just hit you.
Yeah, it just hit me.
Yeah. And I turned 29, but you know, you turn 29, you feel like 30 is also right there, like the stretch, the home stretch. So I got inspired by her wanting to do a 30 for 30 she had mentioned a while back, and really took it. I mean, she started it and she kind of dropped it, and then I took the ball and was like, no, Gail, this is really good. Like, for what we're wanting to do, which both of us are pretty passionate about, not just a single life, but purity in terms of it not being what you're abstaining from, but what we're running towards, like what we get freed to do in Christ. And I really was like, why don't we together keep each other accountable to really, like, some things that we're just like, it's about time, God, to really just pursue these and the freedom you've given us. So we wanted to share them with you guys. But before that, I also wanted Fiance can probably just give more of her why on why she's doing it. I kind of mentioned mine. For the UNCAGED theme that you guys know I'm diving into for my 29th birthday, to really, what have I been uncaged to do, and to invite you guys with me. That's my why. But she's also, watch out for her, she's also got some fire on her. And she has a passion. Her passions also are kind of streamlined, and I'll let her talk about that.
Thank you. So good to be in the Lion's Den and be on the Uncaged platform with you, Chica. So my why behind 30 for 30 is very similar to what Robyn-Ann just explained. Sort of a similar value that we both share is the fact that purity is possible. And because we live in a culture that has just gone haywire with so many impure things, impure ideas of fun and ideas of pleasure and things we see on TV and things that influence us, and the music we listen to, the fashion, everything. It's so easy to think that purity in the sense of what it means to be a Christian and a follower of Jesus is all about abstaining from all those things. My biggest why is I don't want to live a life where I'm abstaining from impurity and then at home I'm frustrated because I think God doesn't have anything pleasurable for me to do that's fun and that's pleasing to Him. And so the why is purity isn't just about abstaining, it's about enjoying the life I have now and the freedom that Christ affords us because He paid our price. He paid the price of our sin. And He afforded us a freedom and a life that we can live where we enjoy it to the fullest. And we actually do the things that we love to do, the things that we have a passion for, the things that we know that, you know, we have an interest in. And so we're going to spell out a couple of those things, nothing too lengthy. Are we giving them the whole 30 or just a few?
Well, another video will probably give you guys a 30, probably right after this, guys. To be serious.
So we're going to wear the same thing. Same clothes.
But we'll split it up. So, but for now, I think it would be good to kind of highlight what are probably, like, I don't know, a top 5 or a top 10 of things that you realize, God, I'm putting this before you. I'm going to get this done this year. Yeah. So what's funny, let's give them a little bit more context. Some of you guys are probably doing things that you already love. It's like not that big a deal. But for those of us, some of us, us too, it's been a hard journey of figuring out what is it that we really love and to actually do them. Right? Because we're both young professional women, so we get caught up in doing things that we have to do. Right? At work, our life is kind of compartmentalized. We do professional things. We want to be really good at them and earn that money. And then our family life is like we have to do things for our family. But also we kind of forget about things for ourselves. So that's a little bit more context behind why we're doing this. Yes. Yeah, no, seriously, because as she said, I think, I know I've been trapped in work, church, family. And it's very embarrassing when, as someone who's talking about being passionate and being free, and people ask you what do you do for fun, and you're like, all you can list off is some church stuff. Yeah. So what do you do this? It's like when you go to work and your coworkers ask you, so what do you do this weekend? And you're like, the church, but I don't really want to talk about that. You're right.
What do you do for fun? Like coworkers will ask us, what do you do for fun? And you're like, dang, like,
And I mean, right, it's not like we haven't been enjoying our lives, because obviously, I mean, we do enjoy, even the ministry side of things that sometimes we're here saying gets grinding, like really being able to link up and disciple people and see them become free and all that stuff. We've been, enjoying life, but not in the sense of, like, you are engaged to do so much more, though. Like, it's not just, it shouldn't just be, whatever you're doing within the four walls of either your job or your church or your home. So yeah, we together wanted to help ourselves break out of that and really live bigger, live bigger. More of the world needs to see just what true freedom looks like and true pleasure.
Yeah, it's kind of like another way of putting it. I guess an analogy is sometimes being a Christian woman, we've made life out to be very black and white, when the life Jesus paid the price for us to live is actually full of color, and it's high definition. And our 30 for 30 is just one example. We're only two people of living a life full of color and variety, and all of it is pleasing to God, and all of it is good. And just one cross-reference is, when God created Adam, he placed him in Eden, the Garden of Eden. And if you look up the word Eden, Eden actually means pleasure. And one of the first few instructions God gave Adam was, you can eat from all of the garden and everything is accessible to you. Just don't touch this tree. And so sometimes our life is all focused on what we can't touch.
Don't touch the tree.
Right. Don't cuss, don't have sex, don't listen to bad music.
Right.
And completely forget about the instruction God has given us of, you have so much you can do and enjoy. So we just want to be sort of heralds of that.
Right. And just want to open ourselves up to invite you guys. In a way, putting ourselves out there forms a kind of accountability, because you've put it out there, you kind of can't just tomorrow be like, we're done.
Yeah.
We're not going to do this anymore. But also to hopefully let you guys see, like, it really is a journey. It's a process.
Yeah.
And anything you're doing, whether it's growing your walk with Christ, learning to grow in purity and joy and whatever, it's a process, and we want to be able to show that that process, be vulnerable in us being at the beginning of this process of even learning how to go eat of all the other fruit trees out there.
Yeah. So, are we turning off the camera now?
Right? So guys, I think, we won't highlight right now. We'll do another video where we'll kind of run through our 30 for 30s and kind of give a little bit of insight on some of them as to why, but we're trying not to keep the videos too long. So, we'll see you next time.
Which is in like 2 minutes.
No, really. Bye.
Bye, guys.